Hello everyone, this is Justina from Lady J Crochet. In this video tutorial I am going to show you how to do a duplicate stitch for your knit projects. A duplicate stitch essentially will just cover one or multiple of your already made knit stitches. This is good if you would like to make to personalize your sweater or hat or other knit item with a letter or name or whatever sequence design you would like. So I always recommend you pair light with dark for contrast versus a light and a light will not contrast well. You will not be able to see your design. So I have wheat, which is like a cream with speckles, and navy. These are great contrasting colors. So I've already knit a swatch with stockinette here, and I'm going to point out the knit stitches. This is the knit side and the purl side. The knit stitches make little hearts or little V's, and if you look very closely at your stitches and if you stretch it out a little, you can see that the pathway of your knit stitch is around and underneath the top stitch, so around like this, loops around like so. We are going to want to cover this. So to start, I have already threaded the contrasting color into my yarn or tapestry needle. If I want to cover this stitch, I need to come up from the back through right below. So I'm going to come up this way. Now, you can either go around clockwise or go around counterclockwise to cover this stitch. However, if you are going to be working in this direction, I recommend going clockwise so that your stitches all look neat and uniform, because when your stitch goes down and around, it then loops down this way and down and around. And for counterclockwise, down, around, loops under, up and around, under. So for video purposes, I'm going to show you how to do it counterclockwise. So I'm going to go this way. You will insert your needle underneath the V of the stitch above, trying not to snag on other stitches like I just did. And then you will go back down right where you were, where you first went up. And you can tug at the contrasting color as needed to make it tighter against the stitch. Now, like I said, since I'm going counterclockwise, I go from right to left. If I were to go clockwise, I would go from left to right. But now I'm going to cover the next stitch here. So if I want to go cover this one, I insert my hook from the bottom to the top below right here. Underneath the V of the stitch above, and then back through. Now, what if I want to make an L? That means I need to go up. I never recommend going from top to bottom, because if I were to go below here and insert my yarn, it would be kind of hard to see where I need to loop underneath here. So to prevent confusion, I recommend going from bottom to top. So if I want to cover this here, I need to come up through here in between this V accidentally caught on some yarn, but that will be okay for sample purposes. I go underneath the V of the stitch above the stitch I want to cover, and then back through. And again. And for consistency, if you are going counterclockwise for your stitches, make sure all of them are counterclockwise when you're doing up and going up, or if you're going to a certain side. And now I'm going to show you how to do it one more time. Now I have made an L, and here's what the flip side looks like. You can see that it loops around the purl stitch like a pearl on the purl row. This is the tail, but there's a little line where you went up, and then so this is what the back side looks like versus the front side. And hopefully this video is insightful for you if you wanted to try doing a duplicate stitch. Again, if you're going to be working counterclockwise, make sure you're going from right to left for all of your row stitches, and then always left to right if you're going clockwise around for covering or doing the duplicate stitch. And I always recommend going from bottom to top for your lettering or embellishment.